Hello students, good day and welcome back to this channel once again. In today's video, we are going to familiarize ourselves with word problems involving linear equations in one variable, and we are going to solve a lot of examples as well. Now, in solving word problems involving linear equations, there are a series of steps you need to consider. 1. You need to read the problem carefully and understand all the words used in stating the problem. Secondly, you need to identify the quantity you are looking for. For instance, if you are asked to find the number of items in a box, you should be able to identify that this is what we are looking for, or this is what we are asked to find. Thirdly, choose a variable to represent the unknown quantity. So for the example used in the second point, you can say that let P be the number of items in the box. So you are going to use a variable to represent the unknown quantity that we are looking for. Next, we are going to translate the word problem into an equation, and then you solve the equation you have formed and use the solution to answer the problem. Lastly, you can use the original information given to check your answer to see whether everything is intact. You can confirm your solution using the original information given in the word problem. So basically, these are 6 steps you may want to consider when solving word problems involving linear equations. So now let's move ahead and solve some few examples. So for the first example, when a certain number is subtracted from 10 and the result is multiplied by 2, the final result is 4. Find the number. When a certain number is subtracted from 10 and the result is multiplied by 2, the final result is 4. Find the number. Now, since we don't know the number, let's represent the number with a variable. So we can represent that number with any variable, say x. So let the number be x. Okay, so let the number be x. Now from the word problem, when a certain number is subtracted from 10, so when a certain number is subtracted from 10 means we are going to subtract x from 10. So that is 10 minus x. So when a certain number is subtracted from 10 and the result is multiplied by 2. So initially, this is the result, okay? This is the result, and we are told that and the result is multiplied by 2. So result multiplied by 2. This means that we are going to multiply this by 2, okay? This is the result, so we are going to multiply it by 2. So we have 2 times 10 minus x. So after multiplying this result by 2, we are told that the final result is 4. So final result the final result is 4. Now, if the final result after multiplying 2 by 10 minus x is 4, then it means that 2 times 10 minus x is equal to 4. So we've been able to form the linear equation. Now we can solve for x. Let's multiply 2 across. 2 times 10 we have 20. 2 times x we have 2x equals 4. Now we transpose 4 to the left hand side, we have 20 minus 4. We transpose negative 2x to the right hand side and we have 2x. 20 minus 4 is 16. We have 16 equals 2x. And then we divide through by 2. And then we have x equals 8. So the value of x is 8. Now we are asked to find the number which we represented that by x. So we say that therefore the number is 8. So basically, this is how to solve word problems involving linear equations. Now let's move on to the second example. Okay, so for the second example, 5/6 of the number of pupils in a class is 4 greater than 3/4 of the number in the class. Find the number of pupils in the class. So we are going to solve this example. 5/6 of the number of pupils in a class is 4 greater than 3/4 of the number in the class. Find the number of pupils in the class. So as usual, we are going to represent the number of pupils in the class with a variable because we don't know the number of pupils in the class. So let the number of pupils in the class be x. Okay, and then we are told that 5/6 of the number, so of means we are going to multiply. So 5/6 of the number of pupils in the class, which is represented by x, so 5/6 times x, is 4 greater than, so is means that we are going to introduce an equal to sign. So is 4 greater than 4 plus 3/4 of the number in the class, so 3/4 times x. So whenever you hear 4 greater than or 4 more than, it means that you are going to add 4 to the quantity that we are talking about. However, if you hear something like 4 times a number, then it means that you are going to multiply the quantity by 4. For this question, we are told that 5/6 of the number of pupils in the class is 4 greater than 3/4 of the number in the class. So it is 4 plus 3/4 of the number of pupils in the class. So this is the linear equation. Now we can solve for x and then find the number of pupils in the class. We have two fractions. We have 3/4x and then 5/6x. Now we can do away with the fraction by multiplying each term of the linear equation by the LCM between 6 and then 4. So the LCM between 6 and 4 is 24. So let's multiply each term of the linear equation by 24. So we have 24 times 5/6x equals 24 times 4 plus 24 times 3/4x. So let's simplify. 6 goes into itself once, into 24 4 times. So we have 4 times 5x equals, so for 24 times 4, 4 times 4 is 16, remember 1, 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1, 9. So 96 plus 4 goes into itself once, into 24 6 times. So we have 6 times 3x. So this becomes 20x equals 96 plus 18x. We are going to transpose 18x to the left hand side. We have 20x minus 18x equals 96, and this gives us 2x equals 96. We divide through by 2, and then we have x to be 48. So this is the value of x. So therefore, the number of pupils in the class is 48. So for example 3, Amma is 4 times as old as Ikuya. In 10 years time, Amma will be twice as old as Ikuya. Find their ages. Amma is 4 times as old as Equia. In 10 years time, Amma will be twice as old as Equia. Find their ages. Now we don't know the ages of both Amma and then Equia. So we say that let Equia's age be x. Okay, we are going to represent Equia's age with x. Now we are told that Amma is 4 times as old as Equia. So if Equia's age is x, then Amma's age will be 4 times of Equia's age. So that is 4x. Now let's see what happens in 10 years time. Now if I am 20 years today, in 10 years time I'm going to be 30 years. If I am 40 years today, in 10 years time I'm going to be 50 years. So basically in 10 years time we are going to add 10 to the ages of Equia and then Amma. So in 10 years time, Equia will be x plus 10 years old. And then in 10 years time, Amma will be 4x plus 10 years old. So this will be their ages in 10 years. Now from the word problem, we are told that in 10 years time, Amma will be twice as old as Equia. So what is Amma's age? 4x plus 10 will be twice. So will be means that we are going to introduce equal to sign. Will be twice, that is 2 times of Equia's age. Equia is x plus 10. So this is the linear equation. Now we can find their ages. So let's find for x. We have 4x plus 10 equals 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 10 is 20. You transpose 2x to the left hand side. We have 4x minus 2x equals 20 minus 10. Now this becomes 2x equals 10. We divide through by 2, and then we have x to be 5. Now we said that Equia's age is x. Therefore, Equia is 5 years old. And then Amma is, now Amma is 4x. So this is equal to 4 times 5. And this gives us 20. So we can say that Amma is 20 years old. So to example 4, the sum of 5 consecutive odd numbers is 35. Find the numbers. The sum of 5 consecutive odd numbers is 35. Find the numbers. Now let's solve this question. Now we don't know these numbers, okay? However, if we know the first number, to move from the first number to the next consecutive odd number, we are going to add 2. For instance, if the first number is 1, to move to the next consecutive odd number, you need to add 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, so let the first number be x. Let the first number be x. Now if the first number is x, then it means that the second number will be x plus 2, x plus 4 in that order. So these are the numbers. These are the numbers: x, x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, and then x plus 8. So we have 5 numbers here. Now we are told that the sum of these numbers is 35. So let's add these numbers up and then we equate that to 35. So x plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6 plus x plus 8 is equal to 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5x plus 2 plus 4, 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 8 is 20 equals 35. So we transpose 20 to the right hand side. We have 5x equals 35 minus 20. 5x equals 15. We divide through by 5. And then we have x to be 3. So the value of x is 3. Now let's substitute the value of x into these numbers. So we have 3 plus 2, 3 plus 4, 3 plus 6, and then 3 plus 8. So finally, the numbers are 3, 5, 7, 9, and then 11. So these are the numbers. So for example, 5. A boy has to cover 4 kilometers to catch a bus. He walks part of the distance at 3 kilometers per hour and runs the rest at 5 kilometers per hour. If he takes 1 hour to complete the distance, for how many kilometers does he walks? Or better still, we are going to find the walking distance, okay? Now from the question, we are told that the boy has to cover 4 kilometers to catch a bus. So we say that the total distance is 4 kilometers, okay? He walks part of the distance at 3 kilometers per hour. So we have with the walking distance but before that, since we don't know the walking distance, let the walking distance be x. Okay, since we don't know the walking distance, let the walking distance be x. So if the walking distance is x and then runs the rest at 5 kilometers per hour, then we have what you call the running distance. So therefore, the running distance will be 4 minus x. Okay, so that is 4 minus x. This is the running distance. If it takes 1 hour to complete the distance, so the total time taken is 1 hour. For how many kilometers does he walk? So we are going to find the walking distance, which is x. Now we know that speed is equal to distance over time. Okay, speed is the distance covered over the total time taken. And also from the same relation, we can also say that time is equal to the distance covered over the speed. Now we know the walking distance as well as the running distance, and then we know the speed at which he walked and the speed at which he ran. Now, if you combine the two, that is distance over time for walking and then distance over time for running, if you combine the two, that will be equal to the total time taken for the whole period. So we say that walking distance is x over the walking speed is 3 kilometers per hour. So divided by 3 plus the running distance is 4 minus x over 5 kilometers per hour. And this will be equal to 1. Okay. Now we can find the LCM. So LCM between 3 and 5 is 15. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times x is 5x. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times x is 3x. So this is equal to 1. Now we are going to cross multiply. So we have 5x minus 3x plus 12 equals 15. 5x minus 3x is 2x. We transpose 12 to the right hand side. We have 15 minus 12, which is 3. Therefore, 2x equals 3. We divide through by 2, and then we have x to be equal to 3 over 2. Now this is the distance, and then it is in kilometers, so 3 over 2 kilometers. Therefore, he walked for 1.5 kilometers. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Bye bye.